Hi, my name is Jeff Hill, and this is a video of me and my family's experience of why we chose Medishare for our family healthcare insurance or coverage for our family for 2017. We've used lots of different benefits. I'm a business owner. My wife is a nurse, but she works part-time, so we don't have access to benefits that way. And so as our premiums kept going up and up, we were on the healthcare.gov ACA site for the last 3 years. Ironically, I own a benefit technology company, but yet we're just like everybody else that we're a small business. Not everybody needs benefits at our company, but we do for sure. We have two kids, a 3 and an 8-year-old, and every year our benefits get worse, our deductibles go up, our copays go up, and the premiums really get up. So this year for 2017, the healthcare.gov site was going to be almost $1,700, where last year we were still staying with the $1,200 a month for just medical, and I don't even think that includes dental. I think we paid another $120 for dental. So we just this can't keep going up. We couldn't, and so we explored all the options. We talked to friends. I have lots of employee benefit advisor customers and clients, and they're great resources. Explored a lot of those, and something that I came back to multiple times was Medishare, a Christian-based cost-sharing type organization. I'm not exactly I'm not a part of that system. I'm now a user of the system, so I probably have the terminology wrong. But I wanted to do is create a little video blog or vlog of our experience this year, because when we posted it to our friends on Facebook, like, has anybody used any of these systems? We got lots of feedback, lots of people saying, I need this, I need an option, I'm curious. So I thought we're just as good as anybody to share this experience with it. I do have some benefits background, so some things I understand, but then there's the other side of it. It's still going to the doctor and copays and deductibles and things like that. So I want to share that, hoping that as we use various features of our new insurance type experience, that it helps anybody else considering a program like this. So give you a couple ideas just what we found attractive and why, how they kind of compared to our benefits and what we liked about Medishare. Again, we haven't got to use it very much. This is just February 9th, I believe. And but we've been to the doctor already. I've done online doctors. We've had 2 experiences with that already, and a prescription benefit situation. So we have a few things to share. We'll do the prescriptions in a real quick small video after this. But again, what made me choose not to use one of those besides the cost of the ACA option? It was going to be only one plan. Just it wasn't a good option. It was really expensive. So our idea of looking at Medishare, first of it is a Christian-based organization. We are members of a local church. We're heavily involved. We both, my wife and I, do student ministry. I'm on the worship team. We just do a lot. We love our church. Keystone Church in Keller, Texas is our home. So the Christian part was not a problem. It was nothing that scared us off. It's different. Nothing we're have any experience with of healthcare and people being prayerful of their insurance and their benefits and the things like that. But it's a really neat concept, really key quality. I will say the lady that I called just to ask about it a few months ago before we got the phone asked if there was anything she could pray for me about, and I was like, sure. And I'm not even sure what I said, but something was going on in her life, and she goes, okay, do you mind if I pray with you real quick? So as a guy who goes to church a lot and people who know me were pretty involved, I wasn't even ready for that one, but it was pretty cool. So know that there is that element to it. If you're looking at this just for low-cost insurance, that is not a joking. That's not something that is just window dressing. It's a believer's Christian-based healthcare plan, I guess. Again, I always mess up. I'm not even sure exactly if I'm going to refer to all this right. So hopefully that comes off as being authentic, because it is true. So let's look at this on the site. So what we did is first looked at costs. Understanding the different types of costs. The way it works is they have what's called an annual household portion. It's already highlighted there, and it's their version of a deductible. It's how much that you choose that you want to be paying toward your plans out of your own pocket. Okay, so there's a $500 annual household portion. There's and it goes up from that. You see the cost, you see how much it is a monthly. They have a even a healthy option. So if you're both you and your spouse after you've been on the plan, I believe there's a discount, but you have to be on the plan for more than 30, 45 days. I'll give you more about that. I will be honest, I think my wife qualifies, but I'm not sure I do on the whole BMI thing. So being open and honest, but I'm hoping to work on that. 11 pounds lighter so far since January, so I'm going for it. Other things on this. So what I like about this, it's not an individual deductible or AHP, annual household. It's annual household. So it's not me spending $1,250 or $2,500. It's as a family. So that's a really big difference. Instead of having to do it 4 times for 4 of us in our family, it's just as a family. Now, a couple things about that is prescriptions aren't covered. So, and only eligible healthcare expenses. So far I haven't found anything other than elective surgeries and cosmetic things like that that aren't allowed. And pre-existing, we didn't have any pre-existing conditions that were excluded. I'm sure those are the details for every family that they need to review and see what works. But allergies and anxiety and you know, allergy testing or whatever it is, ADD medicine or something. There's a large list of things that are understood that people have. That's all in there, is not discounted. And remember, a lot of them are prescription related, and there is no prescription benefit. There is a discount program that I've already used, and we're going to talk about it. But this GoodRx, I was able to quickly log in, put in the prescriptions we take every month, and see how much it costs for going in there with just this site, and there's others like them, and seeing the discount codes, and it was less than what I paid with insurance. And what's cool about that is, you remember, with insurance you're paying a big premium, and then all these co-pays and percentages and co-insurances are all above that. So the way we decided to look at this, even with the prescription benefit, is we chose the $1,250, and I didn't have a whole lot to go on. I didn't really, you know, I didn't need it to be so inexpensive that we never got to this point, you know, even though it's a great option. I'm used to paying $1,200. I was about ready to have to pay $1,700, and honestly, I wasn't going to. There's going to be an option for that. But let's just say the last year where we're used to paying more than $1,000. So I know that we kind of got our budget around that. So I was okay, and I looked at this and said, all right, well, so our premium is going to be somewhere. Now, the first one, there's a member fee and a few setup fees, but after that, I just paid our $1,250, and I believe it was $585. So I look at it as $1,200, almost $600. I have about $400, $400 to $600 that I'm used to paying. That's going to go to prescription. It's going to go to any copay I might need to, any above the deductible. So knowing that if I go to the doctor, the copay probably won't go to that, but it won't pay for everything, so there will be a bill. That money goes to that. Prescriptions, absolutely, we're going to use that. So I'm thinking of it as my bucket of what I was used to spending. To be honest, I'm always hoping this is going to be a lot less than we did as an annual. Some months may be the same, maybe it's more, but I think there's going to be a lot of months that we don't spend nearly $1,200. Knowing that if we have a big expense, then once we get over the $1,250, we're able to submit the whole bill from any of the folks in my family to be reimbursed from Medishare, and they have 100% eligible expenses being reimbursed for members. So I had no way to argue that everyone who did turned in the receipts for eligible expenses were reimbursed. It gave us a lot of confidence, and we had a lot of friends, people on Facebook that responded and said, yeah, we've used it, we loved it, all of them were paid, so had a lot of confidence in that aspect. So between the savings and the premiums and having money that we can pay for the things that are above it, really gave us a lot of confidence. The other part is there is an actual, what am I thinking of on the member center? Finding a doctor. There is a insurance card I take with me with a copay if I'm going to go see somebody. Nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I'm going to go to member center. Finding a doctor. There it is. Find a provider. There is a network. PHCS is one I've run into and heard all my life in the insurance business. So we went in, my wife found the doctors for our kids were on there. 2 of her doctors were on there. My current doctor was not participating in this, but honestly, We've used the online doctor thing for the last year. I used Doctor on Demand for 2 years. Now we have Teledoc and MD Live, which is inside the system. You saw me click on it. We've used both of them so far. One for one of our kids with an ear infection. They said, sorry, we're going to need to be seen and checked out the ears. Wish we could help, but that one they need to be seen. Whereas me, I used it about a week and a half ago for a sinus infection, and I got my prescription and my allergy, which my monthly allergy prescription I normally have to go see a doctor about. I got both of those filled. And again, we'll talk about that second. So we love the confidence of knowing we can go to an in-network urgent care hospital or physician or specialist, have a card like we're used to. Here's our copay, not worrying about going there and saying, okay, we can see you, but since everything's out of pocket, it's going to be $400. How would you like to do that? Never like that feeling. Even with this little piggy bank that we're saving up every month of savings of premiums, I really like the fact that we will get a bill, but you can manage those bills as they come in with the discounts, payment plans if you ever had to. A whole upfront, all out of pocket thing is always something that we weren't super comfortable with. Big reason why we chose Medishare. So that gave us a lot of confidence of going to the doctor with a card, a copay, and balance bills, I guess you call it afterwards, and all that going to our annual household premium. So this is the first month. It is now February 9th, and so we had a few experiences. Going to the doctor went flawlessly. Finding our doctors, finding urgent care. It's here in DFW. Care Now is part of that, so we had that access. We used that once. Going to the doctor, and I've used the MD Live already once, and so we're going to do separate videos on each of those. So this was just meant to give you the why we chose Medishare, let you know that we're going to be adding to this throughout the year. Maybe seeing my wife, maybe seeing one of our kids. We have a consultant named Tanya Boyd and Associates. That's an employee benefit consultant, like who we work with all the time. That is also a partner of Medishare. So not only do I get to talk to Medishare, but I get to talk to Tanya and her team for advice and counseling and consulting throughout this process. So another great thing, with the healthcare.gov, there was no help. There was no side vote. An employee benefit advisor is incredibly valuable. Anybody that you just want to know that they are on your side as an asset knows that going out alone is never as comfortable as having a solution. So we may tag team some things that may help you from different perspectives, but this is the why. This is the beginning of our journey, and we're going to try to share this as much as we can for other people that might go down the same road and feel comfortable about what they're doing. So thank you for watching. More to come.